All right, bang, bang. Here we are. Another week. Football season's around the corner as well. The last tournament for a couple majors because this whole year has been crazy. Let Price before we break down this week. Let's hear about Dustin and Price. How was y'all's lineup last week? How did y'all turn out? What was your thoughts on the DJ Rom putting extravaganza?
Well,
Uh,
Dustin got to actually see it, so we'll let him go first.
yeah, I was all in on Matt's and Bubba, and going into Sunday, I mean they were both primed, and they both kind of faltered. Um, I cashed in my double ups and whatnot, so wasn't a bad weekend. I just wish they could have performed a little better, but damn, that ending was phenomenal. I mean, DJ having to make that putt, and it's downhill fast on the 18th was great, and then Rom coming back and making a freaking even more miraculous putt. Like I was telling y'all, it kind of was befitting though. Rom picking up his ball without placing the marker, get the stroke penalty, so it kind of played out how it should have. But it was exciting, and I'm looking forward to this weekend. The format obviously is a little weird for most golf aficionados or whatever, but I think it'll end up being a good one.
So what was your outlook on last week, Price? I know you had some pretty good lineups.
Yeah, so I had one Sunday that made a huge charge because I had Finau who shot 5 under, Scheffler shot 5 under. At one point, Berger was like 7 under, and
Yep.
then he just fell apart. But I made like $350 because I was just like Dustin all in on Matsuyama and Watson, knowing Watson can't make 6 foot putts, and we watched him miss like 15 over the 4 days. But no matter what, I mean, my thing was I went all in on Bryson because I knew he was gonna be low owned, and the low owned picks were between Bryson or Rory, and you know I didn't pick Rory, and Rory had a decent week. It's like a $5,000 difference in cashing, but
Yeah,
I
not a
mean,
big
I
deal.
said fade Day. Day was trash. I said fade Rom, and after 2 days, I was like, I'm a genius. And then Rom just pulled a John Rom and came back and won. And he's shown in the probably the two hardest fields of the year at the Memorial and then this last week, and he's won both. And ironically, he had a stupid penalty in both tournaments. But I mean, he's just a fucking stud. And then watching DJ go minus 30 the week before and then grind out and make that double breaker putt just to have Rom steal it from him with that horseshit 67-foot putt that no one in this world can make if they tried 50 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, DJ played great every day for the most part. I mean, never had a bad day. He
He's
just
been a lot better since he hurt his back and withdrew.
Yeah, no kidding. I wonder whoever rubbed his back.
Paulina, baby.
I thought it was pretty cool. Our boy Buck said, "Have you ever seen greens like roll so smoothly with the wrong putt?" So true. Like especially in Texas here, man. These greens are hard, not smooth.
Yeah.
That's what she said. So Bryce, my man, I suck at WGCs. This to me is like a WGC, but even worse because there's only 30 golfers. I have been sucking the last 2 weeks. These smaller events are definitely my downfall. I need to learn to probably play a little bit less in this. But talk to us about this week. Show me what to do to make some money.
All right. So this is a tour championship. They always play at East Lake in Atlanta. So you'll see a lot of the guys who have gained a lot of strokes against the field. It's because they're the top 30 players in the world every year, and they come and make this trip every year. But par 70, 7,300 yards, so it's a longer par 70 again. It's Bermuda. So it's a Donald Ross course. So you have a couple guys who, if they had made it, are Donald Ross specialists. It plays a little bit harder than average, and it's on the more difficult end of hitting fairways. You're going to hit it a little bit less often than not. And the greens are going to be pretty fast. I believe I saw the stat. It's like, I think like 60 to 70% of the time you're in the rough, you're going to miss the green in regulation. So very important to keep it in play. So last year was the first time I went to this format where everyone starts with strokes assigned to them. So DJ's -10, Rom -8, etc. And last year it was Rory who just blew by everybody to win. So you want to look at someone who, you need someone who's starting decently if you want to get the first place points. Realistically, it's very hard to have DJ and him pay off his value, because they're still going to have the 4 rounds of where they score, and DJ being at 15-2 means he literally has to beat everybody, the other 29 people, from start to finish, not including the 10-stroke lead he has. So it's very hard for someone that high price to pay off. I think last year Ches was like 5,100, had 2 hole-out eagles, and just shot 7 under and balled out. But it's a very, very interesting week. The odds of having a non-duped lineup are pretty much 0. So just hope that your lineup isn't going to be chopped too many times and you can make some profit off of it. Definitely don't play cash this week. I'm only playing 25% of what I normally play, because this week is going to be super tough. I'm just going to pick guys who I like, who I think can go low, and then enjoy the ride and hope there's some good golf this weekend. It ends on Monday because it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday because of the holiday. But very interesting week. Hopefully, I want them to switch it to just match play. Just let 130, 229, all them play out. I think that'd be way cooler than this shit. But
I agree.
At the end of the day, all these guys are going to be busting their ass because you win $15 million. And no matter who you are, $15 million is a nice amount of money to win.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be hard. People down there starting it even, like Cam Champ, Cam Smith, and them.
They're not going to. So they're not going to win. No.
There's just no way.
But the payouts are still pretty good. I mean, all the way down. So I mean, plus there's exemptions and stuff. So
I would say realistically, probably -3 is where you have to start if you want to have a chance to win. I don't think anyone, like from Lanto, Scotty Neiman down to Champ and Horschel, they don't have a chance to actually win.
yeah, the other thing is this course isn't super hard, so you're not going to see any, it's like last week when you see guys going, plus
30,
+4. Yeah. So I think I read somewhere that it's been about 12 under, been around the average winner, not including the starting, 10 under type stuff. But, so it's fairly easy course given the bigger picture, especially than, the Memorial or the BMW that we just saw. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the format. I don't really think many people are, besides DJ, or John Rahm, when they're getting those extra strokes. But it's a year-long event, and so they got to give some type of advantage to those guys, and that's the best way they figure that out. So I just hope that there can be some fireworks and it's not just a boring tournament. So I mean, I'm looking forward, especially the top 3 guys. You get, Thomas, Rahm, and DJ aren't separated by much. I can see those guys battling it out. Webb Simpson's not very far behind. Rory obviously freaking played ridiculous last year. So it'll be fun. Just don't know how much money you want to throw into it, like you said, Price. So
I think we have some pretty good points there, Price. And so is the play. I don't know if you can fade Dustin though, because when he gets going like he has the last 2 tournaments, he just goes.
So the thing is with that price point, even if he goes ham, let's say you use him, but then you have to drop down and use someone like Cam Champ. Like you have to use 2 to 3 super cheap people to fit him in. So yes, he might go off, but if he goes off, the other two don't, and you have someone who goes, what, Berger, Xander, Reed, or, Rory, English, fucking Finau, those three should outscore DJ plus the other two
Yeah.
in game theory.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting week. I mean, there's a lot of content companies who are just saying skip it, don't play, because they don't want to give you advice because it's hard. They know there's not a real advantage. There's going to be people who are like, hey, come do this. I can give you some insight, and nobody fucking knows. It's a crapshoot. This week's going to be super tough. You basically have to decide, do you play DJ, Rom, Webb, or skip all of them?
Well, the other side of that is the players, right? It's like, I mean, this is different than any other tournament they play too. They go in, DJ, I'm up 10 on most people, or, I got 10 stroke advantage on, some of the players, and 2, 3, 4, 5 on most. So it's like, does that change his mindset of how he's playing? Because it is a little bit different. So you got to factor in that mentality of how's it affecting them as opposed to just playing like a normal week. And I think that's, comes into play and makes it even more difficult, to bet on it, because you don't know. Are they going to be more tense day one because they have a lead? Or are they going to be more cautious than they would? I mean, who knows, right? But just makes it more questionable than any other event, I think.
Yeah. I think if you're going to attack it, so like me personally, I'm obviously Leishman's been playing bad, but he's finished 24th, 21st, 24th here, which normally like, hey, that's good, but there's 30 people. So like him and Na, who are super cheap, have awful records here. They don't do well. So skip them. I don't want to touch Cam Champ. Mackenzie Hughes has been playing well lately. So basically him, Palmer, and Griffin and Horschel are the cheap guys I like. I think Neiman and Hovland are going to be super popular because Neiman did great last week. Hovland's always popular. And then I don't like Sanjay. He's been trash for the last 2 months. So it's a very weird week because I don't want to play Dustin. I don't really want to play Rom either because Rom at his price tag doesn't seem like he's going to pay off. So then you go down to JT, who has great history here, who choked away last year. So maybe there's a little extra motivation. Once you get the number one in the world back, you get, 3,300 savings from DJ to him. Bryson has good history, but he's been awful. Rory is obviously the play, but his wife says, hey, I'm in labor. He's going to fucking leave as soon as he gets that phone call. So it's a super tough week. Even someone like Reed, who, like, hey, he's 8,500 for Reed. That's pretty fair. And then you see he finished 27th, 24th, 28th. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
So it's super tough. I think Xander should be the most popular play. He's been fantastic for the last 3 years. But, I mean, I'm going to ride people who I know can go low, like my boy Scotty. Bring him in here, let him go shoot a 60 and catch up to DJ in a day. And then Billy Horschel rates out really fucking good to me.
Yeah.
But I'd say go kind of balanced and then just try and chop it and make a little bit of profit for those who use DJ and hope DJ sucks.
Yeah, for me, I'm starting my lineups with JT. I think, given that third place start, a decent salary, 11.9, which is usually indicative of a top guy in normal weeks. Kind of play with the lineup a little better, given that price point. Rory obviously is a very trendy play, given he played great most of the week. Sunday he didn't perform, but he's when is he going to turn it on again is the question. And he looked like he was close. I really like Finau at 8,200. I think, he can go low. Berger didn't play great, 9,100. I'm kind of like, on him. Like you said, Price, I like Scotty just because the dude, I mean, he can go low. I mean, we saw last week 3 days of not so great golf, and then he performed really well on Sunday. So,
Balls out and finishes top 20.
yeah, if he can put together, 2 days instead of just one, and then he can finish up there. It's just really, really tough. Like we've all said, it's hard to figure out what route. There's only 30 players. The discrepancy in the strokes to start with. But yeah, for me, I'm starting with JT. I'll probably have Scheffler in most of my lineups, and then kind of fluctuate from there.
Yeah, I like. I just want to have fun this week. My biggest advice to all of y'all is your bankroll management, and I feel like I have not done a great job of that last couple of weeks because I don't like these smaller events, and I just keep betting the same amount. So I'm definitely gonna just make sure I utilize my bankroll management, and then just have fun with it because I'm not gonna bet as much and bet 6 people that I think can go really low, kind of like how y'all both said, Xander, Rory, Scheffler, Finau, and figure out what other 2 I can go from there. That's kind of my plan of attack for this week.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, and we stumble across that throughout various tournaments in the year where we talk to each other all the time, and they're like, man, I'm not feeling anything this week. Like my lineups, and that's kind of the time where you need to be like, okay, I probably need to settle down on my entries here and go with, more to have fun than to make money. And I think that's kind of the route we're going this week. Just some fun money, fun bets, see what happens as opposed to going all in.
Because all you got to do is survive till next week, and we got a regular tournament again.
Yep. It's this year is so crazy. And the Masters, the same weekend as Alabama LSU. That's a hell of a Saturday. So I'm a college football buff, and watching the Masters all day, then having Alabama LSU at the 8:00 tip is going to be a lot of fun. So, Price, why don't you introduce to us in the next coming weeks? Football is only a week and a half away, is it? Not even. I don't even know.
Yeah, it is a week from Thursday where we get to see my Texans get the shit beat out of them by the Chiefs.
Are they going to spot them 30 points or whatever it was?
God, I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, man, we're excited. Football's coming up. And right after football, you got the U.S. Open, where we'll have a little special guest here on the pod for the U.S. Open. But super stoked for football coming in. It's the biggest sport in fantasy. We've all been grinding away at it for 4 years now on DraftKings. I don't think there's been a year where we haven't been profitable. Last year was by far our best year. We're trying to get Dustin to move up from his bankroll management to play a little bit more, where he had the week of weeks where he would have won $250,000 if he played more than fucking $10 in a week. But
I already forgot about it. I don't know what you're talking about.
But so basically, we're gonna do kind of the same layout we have for golf, where we'll have, our quick picks to get, guys for cash. We'll go into who we like at quarterback, running back, 2 receivers. We're going to have the deep dive article out on Sundays. We're going to do our pod on Wednesday night, so it'll be out for you Thursday. So you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning before the games start. We'll have positional breakdowns where we'll tackle, the expensive, mid-tier, low-tier, what to look for, and then just try and give y'all some insight where, we spent probably 1 million hours texting back and forth already just about our fancy draft we did 2 days ago. Where I feel like, there's going to be obvious plays, and then you'll have people like Dustin, me, Chris, who we'll look at a different game in a different way and see there's actually value here if you want to pivot and go make some money playing a like 2% owned guy over this game who's going to get 25 points as opposed to 20% guy who gets 20 points.
Yeah.
But I mean,
and I would say that's another really big advantage if you become a member here at DFS Dads is that you can utilize the not Discord, the Slack that we have. It's a very small community, so you can ask us questions one-on-one. We can help you out with whatever questions you have with your lineup. Maybe you're going between these two quarterbacks, or if I play this quarterback receiver tandem, or should I play this one? So definitely check out that free trial. Just type in RC on checkout. Try it out for a month. In the next month, we have the U.S. Open to football coming back. So there's a lot of stuff to check out at DFS Dads. So I appreciate you stopping by and watching it this far through. And any last parting words from Dustin or Price?
I mean, if y'all have any questions for us, hop in the Slack. We'll help you out with seasonal fantasy as well.
Yeah. Hit us up on Twitter as well, the DFS Dads for the Twitter. Give us a follow. Our DMs are open, and we'll see y'all next time.